Good morning, all. This case management conference is in the matter of CFI 058-2024 before His Excellency Justice Roger Stewart KC, with the sitting of the hearing taking place in Dubai. Any orders or directions made during the course or after this hearing will be issued by the registry in Dubai on the judge's instructions. The claimant is Mr. ATUL DHAWAN, who is a litigant in person, and the defendant is Mr. RAMZI JAOUHARI, who is also a litigant in person. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Can we start, please, with where we are? First of all, am I right in thinking that the only claim form that we've got is the short form claim form, which appears at the start of the case management bundle? It's on page 3 of the case management bundle, and it says the remedy sought is recovering the damages caused by AJ Decor Limited of fraud, cheating, delay, etc.
Correct.
And is that the only version of the claim form that exists?
That's correct.
And the defence, where do I find the defence claim?
Here, yes, Your Honor.
Where is the defence in the papers?
So already we submitted our defense, reply to defense, and 3 different submissions.
Right. So what you're referring to as the defence is the reply to defence, which is at page 61. Is that right?
Well, I have to check it, but you see this. We provided all documentations and everything that his claim is completely wrong, and this doesn't reflect the truth.
I want to know where the document is, which is the reply to, which is the defence. Is it at page 6? Yes.
I have to open, you mean, and show you where?
Just give me the page number as to where it is.
I need to find the page number, 1 second. Page number in our bundles, you mean sections, or what exactly?
Well, you tell me where the defence is. I've got 2 bundles, one from the claimant and one from the defendant. And yes. I need to know where the bundle is, which is where your defence is.
You can see section 1 in the bundle, and then section 3 and 4. Section 1 is the summary of the defense, and then you see all the documentation and section 3 and 4.
Wait.
I'm not able to see here. I don't know if I should see the documents in the.
That's all right. I'm saying so. The summary of the defence is at page 4 of your bundle. Is that right?
It's section 1.
Yeah. Look.
I should see in the screen those bundles, or no?
Yes, I've got that. So it's your. Now,
It's also
In relation,
Your Honor, the issue also in the Dubai court since like 1.5 years.
yeah,
And yeah,
I want to understand this now. The issue in the Dubai courts, what issues are being decided in the Dubai courts? The same as are being submitted here or different?
actually, there it is. It's been 1.5 years there, and they appointed an expert, and the
Yes.
expert has submitted his final report, and it's due for decision, I believe, tomorrow, 7th of May.
Right. And do the issues before the Dubai court, are the issues before the Dubai court the same as are sought to be brought before this court or not?
Yeah, same contract actually. It is we submitted everything we have and to Dubai court, and it's for the same project actually. We have one project with him, which
Yes,
is in problem.
Mr. Dhawan, you want to say something? Do you say the issues are the same or different?
They're different, my lord. In Dubai court, the issue is the checks which he gave us were issued from a bank account which were closed 2 years before he issued the check also. The public prosecutor has put a ruling in our favor that, and he's been penalized and he has had to pay a fine also. We did not know the procedures. We have to file a civil case to recover the money now. So that is the case in Dubai court. The case for this is totally different because this is about the construction management and he using our money after taking the money on other projects rather than our projects, borrowing money from me again, and still not delivering the project for 2 years. And it's all on record and given there.
Now, where do I find what you say about the defence, which is to be found in the section 1 and section 2 of the defendant's bundle? Where's your account of what the answers are to the points in sections 1 and 2 of the defendant's bundle?
Just 1 minute. Kavishka, she's part of my team. She's the one who's filing it. Kavishka, can you give the exact position where it is, the agreement?
Good morning, Your Honor. We have submitted the case bundle.
Yes.
And in the case bundle, on section A, you can see the agreement.
I'm getting feedback, so people could climb off their mats. Sorry, section A, where do I find there the reply to the defendant's defence?
Can you give me a moment? I'll
Yes, of course.
So the defendant has replied as his defense on section A. Number 16, I can see the document.
One which is headed application notice, or the one which is headed order?
Sorry, 14.
14. That reply to defence. All right, let me have a look at that. All I've got there is details. Please find our response to the defence and relevant documents. Where do I find that? Where do I actually find the details? That's at page 60 and 61.
Your Excellency, I think you'll find it at subsection 20.
Thank you very much. A little confusing that both the defendant and the claimant refer to the reply to the defence. Right. Okay. Now, am I right in thinking that there has been no agreed case management bundle? We've got the two bundles concerned, one from the claimant and one from the defendant. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
And am I also right in thinking that there hasn't been a case memorandum created? In other words, a case memorandum in accordance with Part 26 of the DIFC rules, which is a statement of, well, it's identified at 26.8, which said it should contain a short and uncontroversial description of what the case is about, very short and uncontroversial summary of the material procedural history, an agreed list of the important issues in the case, i.e. issues of fact and law. Am I right in thinking that that hasn't been agreed?
Your Honor, we had submitted it right in the beginning, a short summary, and that is what is the same thing for us. Nothing changes there for us.
But have you given that to the defendant and asked him to agree it?
Yeah, we have transferred all the documents yesterday, also as advised by the court to us, to them. But they have not given us anything, but we did send them the email, which we have put in the court also, with all the documents.
Now, so far as the proceedings in the Dubai court are concerned, I see that you, Mr. Attul, have said that you've objected to the jurisdiction of the Dubai courts, and that's been accepted. But I understand from what Mr. RAMZI is saying that there's a judgment expected tomorrow. What's the position with regard to that, please?
Your Honor, there are two separate cases. That is a check bounce case, which we had to go to Dubai police, and the process goes into the Dubai court. That is the case there. Whereas in this case, it is very clearly signed by the agreement with Mr. RAMZI, which we have submitted the copy to you also, that in case of any dispute or any decision or any reasons we need to go to court, it will be DIFC court, which I've submitted in the agreement after he had used my money, which he had taken in advance, and then he borrowed money. So it's there in writing with him. Right. This is a separate case.
Okay. Now, have you tried to agree what the issues are between the two of you? Have you each tried to say what the matters which divide you are between you? Have you tried to put together a list of issues? First of all, Mr. Attul.
Sir, we had sent before, not now, for the last 2 years, we have been running after him to get our project completed, which he did not. And there are mails after mails after mails which will prove that we are with them, including a mail starting 23rd May 2023 from EPCO, which is the people who have given the premises, telling Mr. Ramzi the number of things which is not submitted after 2 years of even working there, of all the snags, of all the jobs which not done, even including the drawings not delivered. And that continued till July 2023, when they finally told us, okay, you can start, but you still need to give us this document. So Mr. Ramzi has never come and handed over the project to us even till date, because once a contractor finishes a project, he's supposed to take a sign off. He never comes because there's so many snags, but we did that and we started it in some way. But that's what it is. He never comes.
Right. But have you, for the purposes of this case, put together a list of the issues which are between you and Mr. Ramzi?
Yes, sir. We have put it, and it's in the case management thing, step by step, what has happened. Yes. All through, including the damages being done to us based on that.
Where is that, please? Can you show me where that is?
Okay. Kavishka, could you just give that number page?
Your Honor, we have filed that on the claim form as well. The damages and the claim that we are asking for. But in section C, you can see the damages that has caused.
Right. Now let me just have a look. So let's. I'm looking at section 1, damages of the AC unit. And this is a email which is showing the price of the rectification of the works will be 18,000 AED, and the MC for 1 year should be 9,000 plus VAT. And
if you go to subsection 2 of section C, you can see this AC service report.
He didn't even fix the AC properly.
Wait a second. So is it right to say that you're claiming 18,000 plus 9,000 for the AC? So that's a total of 27,000. Is that right?
Not correct now. No, it's not just the AC. It's the whole thing. It's the project. It was.
No. Wait. For this item, just going through this one at a time, because we've got proof of damages, and section 1 is 27,000. Is that right?
That is one part. But if you see the report of the person who's put in the company, if you look at the report, the gentleman, Mr. Ramzi, didn't even fix the project, the AC correctly. And you see the snag report from the person who has given him the AC. It's the AC company's report.
Wait. So then we've got the AC company's report. Does that identify any more money than the 27,000 dirhams?
So to replace the AC, they wanted this money from us, and that's the snag they have given, and the report is attached with it.
So that's 27,000 for the AC, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, then we've got the washroom door. And all I've got is a photograph of the washroom door. How much money is being claimed for the washroom door?
Kavishka, do you have the numbers on the total cost of each item which we are claiming?
Let me check in a minute.
Let's not waste time this morning. None of the other items that I can see have got any money by them. But the claim form claims a total of 5 million dirhams. How do I find how you get to 5 million dirhams?
Right, sir. First of all, a project which was taken in for a 1 month production time of delivery to us took 2.5 years to be delivered to us. So we had to pay rent to the company, which is EPCO 150,000 a year, for not even starting a restaurant. One. Number two, he took advance money to use for doing the project with a time frame which he never delivered. Third, the money.
Wait, just pause, Mr. Attle. Where do I find these claims set out?
Right.
Where do I see 150,000 a year for 4 years or whatever the number was? Where's that set out?
Right. Kavishka, where's this numbers put into our forms?
We have submitted one cost of report statement of cost. Sorry. So in that you may find it.
Statement of cost you have put in on which section? Where?
It's in section A, subsection. Subsection number 8.
Subsection what, sorry?
8. Section 8.
This says that Mr. Attle, this is about costs of the litigation and is a claim for 500,000 dirhams. Where do I find how the 5 million dirhams, which is the subject of the claim, is made up? Where's that?
So this is based on the numbers which we had calculated in our office with all the breakdowns what we had, and that's how we put that number before we put it.
But I want to know where this breakdown is. Where is the claim for 5 million dirhams set out?
We have it with us. That's not what was filed in the form which we were given to put. We were supposed to put a consolidated amount, so we put it there like that. After doing the calculation with us, I have that paper with us.
Well, at the moment, all I've seen is a total of 27,000 dirhams. There's a big difference between that and 5 million dirhams. Where do I find a breakdown of 5 million dirhams?
We have the breakdown with us because that's including all the fees and costs which we were made to spend, and that's how we put to that figure.
Sorry, Mr. Attle, where is that in the papers before me? Where do I find it?
Kavishka, do we have that sheet? It's not in the sheet there. And any of the form is not there. Because we have cost at various places which are in different forms. Like in the agreement, he has taken money from me, the checks, the cost, all that. So we had done that calculation based on that.
Well, all right. The check, how much is the check?
About 46,000.
Okay. In this court, unless the claim is more than 500,000 dirhams, the claim is subject to the exclusive jurisdiction of the Small Claims Tribunal. And so, unless this claim is worth more than 500,000 dirhams, it has to be heard by the Small Claims Tribunal. Now, at the moment, the only figures that I have seen or been told about are 28,000 dirhams for the AC unit, and I think you said 46,000 dirhams for the bounce check. That's obviously a lot less than 500,000 dirhams.
And then, so there are 2.5 years of our rent, which we are paying without even starting the restaurant. So we are paying the rent to EPCO, which is 150 per year, into 2 years, which is 300,000 there also. But we have the numbers. We can put it up to you if you give us time. We'll send that breakdown to you today evening, whatever time you give us.
Well, I'm very concerned about this because the checking so. I mean, the position is this, that if the claim is less than 500,000 dirhams, it must go to the Small Claims Tribunal. If the claim is more than 500,000 but less than 1 million dirhams, you can elect to have it determined by the Small Claims Tribunal, or the Chief Justice may order that it be heard by the Small Claims Tribunal. Now, at the moment, there is no breakdown of a claim before the court which gets anywhere near 5 million dirhams. Now, the only numbers that I have been told about here are 28,000 dirhams for the AC. It was 46,000 dirhams for the check. And how many years at 150,000 for rent?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. So that is 375,000. Well, on the basis of that, you still don't get over the 500,000 for the small claims, in which case this matter ought to go to the Small Claims Tribunal.
Okay.
May I talk, Your Honor?
Well, wait a second. I'm just going to talk to the claimant. I will ask Mr. Ramzi for your views in a minute.
Okay.
But in addition, I don't think that the pleadings are in a satisfactory form, really, on either side, in that they don't identify clearly what is claimed for what. The parties haven't produced a case management, agreed case management bundle. Parties haven't produced an agreed case management memorandum, and the parties haven't agreed a list of issues. Now, first of all, Mr. ATUL, are there any comments that you want to make on that before I ask Mr. Ramzi for his comments?
Yes, my lord. Thank you for your information. We had done a claim form where that's the reason why we reached a number and we gave it. I'm trying to get that paper out, which I'll submit. It's not only about these numbers which you're talking about. The product which he's put into my place for the amount he took 140,000 for making it is not right. It's not correct. It's all wrong in there. And the material used is also very, very poor quality. What he told us and what he's delivered is wrong. He's made us pay n number of times for things which he had already taken money from because it was an end-to-end product by him. And then he started charging money later, delaying stuff. Apart from that, he has not got anything done right, made us pay money again and again, got us to do money after taking money using wrong things, and the delay has also caused us losses in terms of the business for the years. We have put that also into the number. For 2.5 years, we are paying rent and we couldn't do business. So that money has also gone into account when we had done the costing.
All right. Now, none of that is in the papers before me. That's right, isn't it? All of what you've said there, there's no breakdown of any of that in any of the papers before me.
All right. We will put that up because we had done that costing. That's how we reached a number. Otherwise, we wouldn't have reached this number. We would have also gone as per the guidelines laid down in there. So we'll put that paper and put it up to the court.
Well, we'll see about that. Right, Mr. Ramzi, what are your comments?
Yes, Your Honor. You know, this Dubai court case is related to exactly same project. We are not only claiming, you know, after completing the job, he went ahead and used our security deposit.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt. The cost sheet is there in section A under subsection number 6. Other non-standard case related documents.
Sorry, who's speaking?
Kavishka, she's my assistant. Yeah.
Oh no, Kavishka, let Mr. Ramzi speak. I'll hear from you, please.
So, after completing the work, he went ahead and used our security deposit check. It's a clearly security deposit check. It has a voucher from him that it's a security voucher check. And we are claiming from Dubai court also the money which we have not been paid yet. Your Honor, the contract is 150,000 dirhams. It was a concept design made by him and scope of work item by item made by him and given to many contractors. We have quoted and we got the job based on 150,000 dirham. All the AC machines and exhaust system and everything, this is part of his work. He brought the AC machines. I'm not talking about the internal AC machine. I'm talking about the exhaust system.
Okay, Mr. Ramzi, are you claiming or do you want to claim any money in these proceedings in the DIFC?
Already I claim, you know, there's pending a balance amount he hasn't paid. Even, you know, during the work, he gave us bounce check. It took him 4 months to pay back this check. He gave it in June.
How much was the check for?
26,000. And he has no check from me 47,000. It is all wrong.
All right. Are you claiming that money in these proceedings or not? Or have you been paid it?
No, he paid it in, he gave the check in June. He paid it in October.
Right. Okay. So you are not claiming any money from the claimant in these proceedings. Is that right?
Of course, you know, there are additional work done. There are pending money also from, but I did not claim now. No. I'm only replying. I'm only doing a reply to his case.
Right. And are you claiming any monies in the Dubai courts related to this project?
Yes, we did. It is mentioned in the expert report, the final report.
Right. Now, have you got any more comments you want to make, Mr. Ramzi?
You see, with any project, you know, he has it's his responsibility to bring kitchen equipment and the AC exhaust system. For us, you know, to finish the work, you know, we need kitchen equipment because kitchen equipment needs power and needs plumbing work. So for electrical, we cannot go to DIWA and apply for electrical load and electrical connection unless we know the power of those units. He got the units only in April 2022. And as per, you know, yes.
All right. Any other comments, Mr. Ramzi?
Yes, I was following up with him regularly. Even he had a manager there, her name Durga Kumari. He told me he's not buying the machine. He is looking for cheaper. And this is why the delay. So many delays, you know, you know, we have a scope. You know, he made the scope, not me. We coded for the scope and get the work based on the scope.
Okay. Right. Mr. ATUL, are there any comments that you want to make?
I think his statement is not correct at all. He was a consultant and a contractor.
I'm not interested in deciding who this is.
So what he's saying is wrong. All the job, it was key to key.
What are you holding up? What are you
The
holding
sheet
up?
is there in the system with the breakdown. Kavishka, what is this file number where it is there? The breakdown of the cost. Section A. Can you just say it in the code, please? My lord, this document is there of all the breakdown of the costs.
Where is it?
Kavishka?
It's in section 8, subsection 6.
6. What are the advanced funds? Where are they? The 95,000 dirhams.
Do I answer that?
You see, the money, Your Honor, the money he paid, it is used for the job, no advance, you know. The money he paid, used on the project, still we owe him money. I mean, he owes us money. And this is why we went to Dubai court, to claim the money and return our security deposit check.
Well, I've just looked down to item 6, including all of those items at their full value, comes to 525,000 dirhams. And then there's large items, 95,000 for misappropriation of advanced funds, 100,000 for substandard and wrong materials, 500,000 for delaying us pay, and so on. Now, it seems to me that unless there's something that you're going to show me, Mr. ATUL, the basis for those numbers isn't identified anywhere. I don't understand where you get those 1 and 2 million dirham numbers, which are obviously very large numbers at the bottom. You're on mute.
Sorry. Lord, these numbers came in after I consulted some legal people in the DIFC, stating that he had used my money. He has even gone and sabotaged my machine, AC machine, and that is why we have this report of the AC person who has installed it. We had gone to the police to complain, and the police said, no, you have to go to the court and put this up. A person who has gone after putting the project has not come to do a handover because he's not produced the right things. He's taken money and not delivered the right material, including the AC. If you see the contract, it was a key to key. He forced me, and it was always a threat that if you don't do this, I will delay it. If you don't do this, I will delay it. And to the effect, all payments, if you see even on the contract, started on a phase. He gave me a 1 month period, which is a green chart which we have put in, and it was payment stages in advance. So the day I signed up a contract, I gave him advance money so that he could do that stuff, first part. Then he would take the second, then would take the third, and like that. But he did not complete, and he started taking the money. And he said, if you don't give me, I will not do this, not do that. So for taking my money and not delivering was also a breach in his own commitment to me. And that is why these clauses have come in, where he himself has put up people to put, you see the report of the AC machine guy, okay?
All right, let me just ask you this. Take the last two items.
Okay.
11, fraud and cheating. 1 million dirhams. How does the court know how you've got to 1 million dirhams for fraud and cheating? Where do I find the details of that claim?
Okay. So after having taken the money from me for the project, he has himself, if you see read the agreement, he's written very clearly himself that I have been into financial trouble. I've used your money. He didn't even pay for the gas guy. So the drawing could not be completed because if you don't pay the gas guy, they will not make the drawing for you, which was his job. So the drawing was not made, and he made me pay him first in 21, and he still didn't get the job done, and again made me paid again for the same thing in 22. So he's taking advance, and the checks he gave me at this time were for this reason. So he was using my money to furnish his other businesses, and I put that.
Where do I find that in the papers before me? How am I meant to know what you're saying about that?
Okay, so there's an agreement, Kavishka, where he signed that he will go to DRC because I made him sign that document, and he's taken.
Yeah, I've seen that document.
Yeah,
he says that. And then where's the fraud and cheating? It's a serious thing to say someone's fraudulent and cheating.
So I understand what you're saying, sir. So he takes money from me in advance to do my job, and then he does not do that, and he uses the money somewhere else. Then he calls me, he says, I'm in trouble, I don't have the money, you pay me, and I will do your job. I have a written paper with him, which is given to us, which is this document. I will do it in 21. In 21, he gives me a date, in 20 days it will be completed. It is not done for another year. Then he again takes money from me to do that. So what does that mean to me, sir? You're taking money, you're forcing me to pay money to complete the job, and I'm being forced by EPCO that we are not being able to complete the restaurant, and he's doing this, taking money and not delivering to me. In fact, sir, EPCO will not do a handover to you if on the last day also job is not done. And if you see a mail dated 23rd May onwards of 23, he's saying handover done. The signage is also not done. I have pictures of that. And EPCO will not allow you to start the thing if the whole project is not complete.
Your Honor, may I reply?
So one more thing. One more thing. As a contractor, he did not do the normal fire alarm system in my shawarma machine and the kitchen. When the whole project was given to me, it was realized that in the shawarma area, he did not put the fire safety system. EPCO objected and made us do that, which we had to get it done again at our cost, and which he was supposed to do in one time. For safety issues, he did not do things.
Yes.
And I think that is serious because when it's a commitment, you commit to people. Sorry.
Mr. RAMZI, do you want to say anything?
Yes, he's mixing up everything, you know. He's not into these things, you know. When he says fire alarm for shawarma machine, you know, I am responsible for every point in the contract between me and him. The shawarma machine is supplied by him, the hood is supplied by him, and the covering of the hood should be by him. If it is written in my contract, you can deduct anything you want. I have not received from you extra money. All the contract is 150,000. It has specific works. Any other works not included in the contract, I'm not responsible for. You're talking about report from your AC machine. AC machine. He's not my contractor. You bought from him. You bought and paid him this money to this guy. Everything he's talking about is wrong. Payment is bad. I don't know where I have taken them. I'm not having money to pay for his work, for his additional work that he was forcing me to do. He wants me to do everything, kitchen equipment, exhaust system, hoods, everything. It's not included in my job. It's not included in the scope. You can check. Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Ramzi, I think I've heard enough in relation to that. Mr. ATUL, is there anything you want to say? Because I'm otherwise going to give some directions.
My lord, this is incorrect because we have a contract in which everything was done by him. It was an end-to-end contract.
Stop speaking both at once.
Sorry.
It was an end-to-end contract. It is written on the contract key to key. Means I had to do nothing. He forced me into this to delay and further do the things and take more money out of me.
Okay. Right. It seems to me that both parties, but particularly the claimant, have failed to apply a fair number of provisions which are mandatory in the DIFC rules. In particular, Part 17 of the DIFC rules requires a claimant to serve particulars of claim, and the particulars of claim must include a concise statement of the facts on which the claimant relies, and also there is the requirement which is set out to identify how the claim is made up. In addition, there has not been a case memorandum, nor has there been a list of issues. The closest that I have to an identification of what the claimant is claiming is to be found in a document which is headed Statement of Costs at page 41 of the claimant's bundle. And this itemizes the claim by reference to completion periods, service costs, and so forth, with charges for delays. Now, the total costs down to and including item 6 come to, by my calculation, just over 500,000 dirhams. There are then large items claimed for misappropriation of our advance funds, 95,000, substandard and wrong materials, 100,000, double charging and delay of 500,000, making us pay to his vendors to complete early, 780,000, fraud and cheating, 1 million dirhams, loss of business, 2 million dirhams. Now, this is all in relation to a contract which had a value, as I understand it, of something in the nature of 155,000 dirhams. That rate gives rise to a number of concerns. The first is as to whether there really is a genuine basis for these large sums of money which are claimed, so as to get the total up to 5 million or so dirhams. The second is, if there is, how it is set out. By way of example only, item 11, fraud, cheating, 1 million dirhams, is completely unexplained. I also have concerns about the defendant's position. I'm not at all clear the extent to which the defendant is saying that this matter is already subject to the same dispute before the courts of Dubai, although I'm told there's going to be a judgment tomorrow. In addition, there have been submitted a large number of documents in Arabic without translations, and I'm not entirely clear as to what the defendant is saying. It also is, of course, the case that the defendant hasn't either produced a list of issues or a case management bundle. In these circumstances, what I'm going to do is as follows. First, I'm going to adjourn this CMC. Second, I'm going to require the claimant, and I'm going to ask him how long it is, but it's likely to be within 14 days, to produce a proper particulars of claim, which is going to have to identify precisely how it is and on what legal basis the sums claimed in the statement of costs are put forward. I'm also going to require the claimant in particular to give full particulars of any fraud or cheating and any loss of business which the claimant claims. I'm then going to consider that claim, that statement of claim, and I should tell the claimant that although he is of course entitled to represent himself, it is likely that he would be wise to obtain legal advice about the way that this is put forward, because unless it's properly particularized, the likelihood is that the court will strike out the particulars of claim or parts of the particulars of claim. Once the document has been advanced, I'm also going to consider whether there is a proper basis for a claim of more than 500,000 dirhams. If there is not, this matter will be transferred to the Small Claims Tribunal, because the Small Claims Tribunal has exclusive jurisdiction over matters which are under 500,000 dirhams. If there is a proper basis for a claim of more than 500,000 dirhams, I would invite the parties to consider whether in any event they would, and less than 1 million dirhams, I would invite the parties to consider whether this should be agreed to go to the Small Claims Tribunal. It may also be that I will invite the Chief Justice to consider that this matter should be transferred to the Small Claims Tribunal in any event, pursuant to the powers vested in him, which are not vested in me. Now, all of that means, Mr. ATUL, that you need to consider very carefully what your claims are. You'll recognize that on a claim for 150,000 odd dirhams, to claim that you suffered loss of 5 million dirhams seems rather surprising. And claiming large unidentified sums also seems surprising. But if you've got a proper basis for it, you're going to need to identify precisely how that came. I mean, for example, why you didn't employ another contractor. If you've got this contractor who's unsatisfactory and is causing you all of this loss, that's the sort of questions which are going forward. Now, if I consider the matter should go forward, I will then require the defendant to provide a proper defense to your particulars of claim. I'm not going to make an order for that now, but I'm just telling you that's what will happen going forward. And then possibly a reply to the defense, at which point I will consider what appropriate directions there are. Even if this is a claim for 5 million dirhams, which I frankly on the present material very much doubt, parties are going to spend a lot of time and money in relation to this before very much longer. Last matter I should mention is that if the defendant wishes to assert that the matter is already the subject of jurisdiction of the Dubai courts, then he will need to identify what the basis for that is and why it is, if it is the case, that the Dubai courts are already dealing with this matter. And I'm going to require the defendant to do that at the same time as the claimant produces his proper particulars of claim. Now, first of all, Mr. ATUL, do you understand what I'm requiring you to do?
Yes, my lord.
And how long do you need to do that?
I won't take more than 2 to 3 days to finish this, because what you asked for is a proper claim.
I think you should take longer than that, because you need to make sure this is proper and I can understand it. And I also I want to make sure you've got the opportunity, if you want to take legal advice about this, because this could end up costing you quite a lot of money. So I would certainly suggest you take at least 2 weeks in relation to this.
Thank you, my lord. I'll take that time and finish it properly.
Okay. Now, Mr. RAMZI, you understand that if you wish to assert that this is already the subject of jurisdiction by the Dubai courts, you'll need to identify the basis of that. First of all, do you want to put that forward?
Your Honor, it is already in Dubai court since 2 years, since almost 1.5 years. Okay.
Do you wish to assert that because the Dubai courts have jurisdiction, this court shouldn't decide it? You want to say that?
No, I don't. I don't have any objection. I have. I'm sure we are right. You know, I will go with the IFC. No problem. I already agreed before.
All right. All right. Well, in that case, I'm not going to make any order in relation to the defendants. Now, the consequence is that I'm going to adjourn this CMC. The CMC. It's going to be on the basis that the claimant is required to provide a proper particulars of claim, identifying the legal basis for the sums which are claimed in the statement of cost at page 41, together with full particulars of all fraud, cheating, and loss of business, and so that the court can understand and identify the basis upon which the sums are set out. Now, do you understand the order that I've made?
Yes, my lord.
And so far as the registry is concerned,
Your Honor,
wait a second. So far as the registry is concerned, well, I'll liaise with you about drawing up the order actually after this. Yes, Mr. Ramzi.
yes. I mean, if he's claiming something, it's not in my scope. Who will be decided on this? Like, I mean, some technical guy will have to do that.
No, if the answer to that is that if you are claiming in due course that something is not in your scope, you'll have to plead that, and the court will then decide about that. It's unlikely the court will appoint an expert in relation to that, but the court will see. But at the moment, we're a long way from that.
So that's clearly in the contract. It's not there. It's not
well, we're not at that stage.
Yes. Okay.
We're rather early.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good. Just I'll see the registry. Is there anything else which you think I've overlooked at this stage not to deal with the parties?
No, Your Honor.
Very good. I'll give you a call immediately after this, or possibly you and Haley. But on that basis, we're going to adjourn this hearing now, and we will issue an order. But you know, Mr. ATUL, what you've got to do and get on. Okay.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you for
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.